Influencing takes out the 2025 Boulder Cup here at the KBRC today. Fantastic achievement for young Hoop in Atika Riordan. Now 2 cups in her tally, which is amazing. Her first ride for the Pierce brothers as well, and it was a really, really nice performance and potentially en route to a Hannans now.
Yeah, well, he's 2 from 2 this track distance, so you'd have to have a look at it, wouldn't you? He doesn't really handle the soft tracks as well, but whilst this is a soft track here at Kalgoorlie today, it's probably a different type of soft track to what we're used to at Belmont and Pinjarra and the like. But second up, 1400 metres. The Hannans is, I think it's early October, the first Wednesday of October, so we're still probably around 7 weeks away from that feature, so he would have another start or two prior to that, but certainly looks like a type who could progress that way.
Absolutely, and as mentioned earlier on as well throughout our preview, once we've previewed all the horses from the yard, we'll be getting on our CEO here at the KBRC in Craig Smith to announce the very exciting announcement of the horse that will be the horse representing the KBRC in the slot race, the Golden Saddle, the $1 million Golden Saddle. We talked earlier, Michael, about what a fantastic opportunity this is, and I think it's something that's a really exciting initiative for somebody to be able to be a winner potentially of this slot.
I agree. The slot holders are all locked in, but the KBRC raffling off that prize, it's a wonderful prize. We to have the chance to have a runner in such a historic race, the inaugural running of $1 million event, it's massive. The most highest prize money for a country provincial race here in WA. It's going to be super exciting. $20,000 guaranteed, so not a bad return from the $100 investment. And if you win, $136,000. So it's wonderful. I'm looking forward to hearing about the horse they have, who the horse is that they have locked in. So we'll hear from Craig very shortly. But he's doing a wonderful job. Absolutely
right, and we'll chat to him as well about how you can get tickets at home to make sure that you're a part of all the action in the raffle as well. But runners are entering the yard now ahead of the last here. The happy 80th birthday to Bob Mcpherson Handicap, and wishing him a very, very happy birthday and a great weekend as well over the 1200 metres. The one is for Veos in Helen Harding and Zephyr Johnston Porter.
Yes, 80. Happy birthday, Bobby Mack. For Veos, though, third up this preparation, backs up off 7 days. Had no luck first up, 3 wide, no cover. The trip was sharply improved last start, was able to box seat, was an even run to the line, finishing 5th. Drawn a bit sticky here, though.
Scenic Boom is the 2, Dan and Ben Pearce, and Joey has a party.
Thought he was actually a generous price today, $16 that last check. He won first up and second up last preparation, albeit only at Narrogin in a maiden handicap in a 46 plus, but he still won well. There was off the back of a moderate trial that preparation as well, and I think his recent trial was much better than reads on paper because he wasn't asked for a full effort that day. He was only beaten 3.5 lengths by Sunlit Fresco, who ran third yesterday in a 66 plus. Other horses to beat him home, Deferred, War Matters, With Discretion, they're all Saturday types, whereas he comes to a Class 2.
Hopefully the Pierce brothers can get a double, not a treble. That was my error in the post-race comments after the last, but they have had a fantastic team travelling here today. The 3 is Diego Dynamite, Carey Martin and Holly Nottle.
Really tough race, open race to end the day, but I've settled on Diego Dynamite because he did settle outside the leader last time out to win over 1100 metres in Class 1 grade, and that was off the back of a nice trial 6 days prior as well. He now drops a kilo. I think he leads from barrier 2 as well, so I think he's probably well placed. The previous race we saw, It's a Lance, enormous run off 11-month break. He gave a huge amount of cheek to run second, leading, and the winner, of course, Influencing, sat leaders back. So I think that rail's looking good now. Diego Dynamite should be in that position, so I think he's the each-way play in the last.
The 4 is a Big Player, second up today. The pads do go on the front for the first time. Peter Fernie, Jefferson Sang.
That's the concern. Also the fact that he's an 18-start Class 1 galloper. His only win to date was this track distance, but he was pretty plain first up and meets his rivals on similar weight terms, so it's hard to see the turnaround. And the horse he did beat in his one and only victory, If You Blush, is now a 26-start maiden racing up in Port Hedland, so it doesn't really read well.
One of the other stablemates in this field is the 5 in Date with the Devil, another galloper with the pads on the front for the first time. Chanel Cooper rides.
Good run last start, ran a really nice second to On Just Terms, finishing off strongly. 1400s that day though, now back to 1200 metres, which just always appeared to be a yard short of what he needs, and he'll probably settle last from the outside barrier as well. So considering he's well on the market at $5, I actually left Date with the Devil out. Looks a pretty tricky horse to ride. He gets often keen in his races. If he he's a long way back or off the track back to 1,200 metres, I thought he was a risk today, especially with the pads going on. So he was one horse I was happy to take on in a pretty open field.
The 6 is Penned, hoping to go back to that strong form from a couple of starts back. Helen Harding and Troy Turner.
Should go a lot better. Last start was slow out, held up, and never really got a crack at them in a difficult race to make ground in. It was the last race of the day where they virtually finished in settling order. But prior to that, he was a good run. He had a lovely run in transit, but he finished off strongly to run second, beaten only ahead to Striker's Gal. He now steps from 11 to 1,200 metres, which was that distance he ran second over 2 starts back as well. So he's only won the 2 races from 19 starts, and his last win was 850 days ago, but I do think he's going better than his form suggests.
The 7 is Ruling Dame for Peter Fernie and Matty Derrick.
Very hard mare to catch. 2 from 33 her record. Last win 700 days ago, but she's off the double back up here. She was 3 wide no cover last start, 4 wide no cover 2 starts ago, so she's had no luck here. Drawn a lively gate today, so she'll at least get a better run.
The 8 is Gibraltar Gold, Peter Fernie, Cashel Duran.
One first up of a 13-month absence from the races, but only won by a head over Our Desperado. And out of that maiden, I don't think anything's run a place since then. So it was a very, very weak race. Then last start, she jumped a $3 favourite in a Class 1 1,100 metre event, but was under heavy pressure a long way out. She ended up running last, so I was happy enough to bypass her today.
The 5th of the Fernie Gallopers in the last here is Heavy Metal in the 9. Is the current favourite, $4.80 into $2.40, now $2.75 with Lactar Amoli aboard.
Jumped the $1.30 favourite off a 50-day freshen last start and just got there in the final stride. It was a willing William Pike ride to get her over the line on that occasion, but her previous form lines should be winning a race like this without doubt. I do think that she should improve because she's got that run under her belt now. She ran third in a Supremacy Stakes at listed level on debut as a 2-year-old. Her last preparation, she ran second to Fancy Red, who then went bang, 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 won a listed race. She was also only a length off Regal Service in another maiden. So her form lines do jump off the page from a maiden perspective, hoping she can take an elevation from that last start maiden win. And if she does, she should be thereabouts.
The 10, who's drawn a bit sticky here today in 15, is Mistress of Access, Brett Drury, Alex Home.
Off the 7-day spin here, but going better than reads on paper. 2 starts ago, she was blocked the entirety of the straight. She was bolting in behind them as well. Last start, probably only even to the line. I would have probably preferred to see this mare over further. She drops back 100 metres here, drawn awkwardly. She might get back, and she just, to me, she profiles like a nice Esperance horse. She gets back, she peels to that middle part of the track and lets down. I think she's probably more suited to Esperance than Kalgoorlie.
The 11, third start this preparation, is Fuzzy Box to Ashley Maley, Natika Riordan.
First time past 1,100 metres, which might be a little bit of a query, but a bit of a sticky map to navigate as well, because she'll jump from a wide gate and there's really good speed drawn underneath her, but she was a good run last start. She was able to find the front. She ran ahead second to Diego Dynamite, drops a half kilo from that run as well. It's just whether or not she can get across.
And the 6 of the Fernie runners is the 12 in Call Time. It's the last horse to preview here with Shani Webster aboard.
Another horse off the double back up here, raced both 2 Sundays ago and last Sunday. 2 starts ago, she gets a 3 kilo weight swing on Diego Dynamite from a 1 3/4 length defeat. She also drops a kilo and a half from her last start as well. She's pretty consistent, this mare, but drawn a bit awkwardly. It was a bit of a sticky map. Hopefully she can blend in 3 wide with cover. Otherwise she could potentially be the horse leading up that 3 deep line.
Heavy Metal is our favourite, $4.80 into $2.90. Peter Fernie, Lactar Amoli. Pete Fernie saddles up 6 of the 12 runners here in the last. Carey Martin has the next best in Diego Dynamite at $5.50. Penned is on the third line of betting, $4.80 out to $7.50. Date with the Devil is at $8.50, and double figures the rest. Michael, how do we see the last playing out?
3, 9, 2 and 12. We have 3 Diego Dynamite on top here. Tessa, this horse won last start, was able to sit outside the leader, was strong late, backed up from an impressive trial or a nice enough trial leading into that as well. I like the fact that the last leader went very well as an outsider, and the leader's back horse in influencing ended up winning the race. So I'll go Diego Dynamite each way here. From 9 in Heavy Metal, who will hopefully be able to improve off that last start win. The form lines prior to that were very, very good. 2 Scenic Boom, and 12 in Call Time next best. 3, 9, 2, 12.
3, 9, 2, 12. And my apologies, we had plenty of horses to preview here, so stick with us. We'll get Craig, our CEO, on board after the race and after our interviews to announce the very exciting horse that will represent the KBRC in the slot race, the $1 million slot race. But Michael's numbers here in the last, the happy 80th Bob Mcpherson handicap over the 1,200 metres is 3, 9, 2 and 12. I just had to steal his page there. 3 on top in Diego Dynamite at $5.50. We'll hand you upstairs to Royce Newton for the very last time today to call us home.
Thanks, Tess. Thanks, Jesse. As Tab Radio join us trackside as well. So, Fuzzy Box about to join the line alongside Gibraltar Gold. So, your favourite will be Heavy Metal at $3. On the second line of betting, Diego Dynamite $5, penned at $6, and upwards the remainder of the field here. Heavy Metal and Date with the Devil to come forward. Pete Fernie has 6 of the 12 runners engaged here. So, Heavy Metal to come forward. A maiden winner last time out. Just got there in the nick of time, was sent out a very short price favourite, $1.34 from memory. And managed to get the job done with William Pike in the saddle. So Heavy Metal will complete the line. This is race 7. It's the happy 80th. Bob Mcpherson, stand by. Set to go, gates fly back, they're off racing now. Date with the Devil from a wide draw has dwelt at the start, going back as well. Mistress of Excess with early speed, it's call time driving forward. Farveos up in the firing line as well. They were being followed by Diego Dynamite. A length and a half then to Scenic Boom, who travels together with Penn trying to cross over. Then we've got Ruling Dame together with Big Player. A further length and a half then to Heavy Metal. A further 3 lengths then to Gibraltar Gold. Mistress of Excess second last, and last of all, it's Date with the Devil. 650 metres to run. Diego Dynamite is the pacemaker. Shows out by a half a length. Fuzzy Box out there running second. They were followed next of all by Call Time. Then we had Penn to the outside. Down on the inside, Big Player spotting the leader 2.5 lengths. Farveos was next, the top weight. Ruling Dame. Heavy Metal well back together with Gibraltar Gold. Scenic Boom, Date with the Devil. And at the tail, it's Mistress of Excess. But they round the bend, and off and gone is Diego Dynamite. So Diego Dynamite out by 2.5. Call Time into the clear. Big Player there as well, running on Heavy Metal. But it's all Diego Dynamite. Gibraltar Gold going through his gears late, but this is a superb victory. Diego Dynamite goes on and makes it 2 in a line at the KBRC. Second in Gibraltar Gold, third Heavy Metal. They were followed in by Big Player. Then we had Ruling Dame. Next in was Penned, followed by Call Time, Farveos, Fuzzy Box well back, together with Mistress of Excess, Scenic Boom, and one of the last was Date with the Devil. Well, Diego Dynamite on the second line of betting at $6, the closing price, has made easy work of the last here in the happy 80th Bob Mcpherson handicap. Sat on speed, they round the turn, and Holly just released the brake, and Diego Dynamite shot away to give Holly Nottle the bookend on the card. She's won the first and the last. Holly, and this one with Diego Dynamite by Universal Ruler from Dynamite Dream, owned by Mrs. C. Martin, P. Martin, Mrs. A. Martin, Dr. J. Martin, B. Martin, and also S. Somatapu. Trained by Carey Martin and ridden by Holly Nottle. Number 3, your winner from the 8 second Gibraltar Gold, who hit the line in good style. Pete Fernie and Keshaw Duran combining for the minor place. By I'm All the Talk from Makuru, owned by Peter Price, also Sue Stewart, G. Greenhill, Brett Royal, Karen Fernie and Mrs. S. Barton. Third in is the 9, that's Heavy Metal for Pete Fernie, Lactar Romoli by Blue Point from Gold Edition, owned by the Darling View Racing Syndicate. And fourth in was the 4, Big Player, Pete Fernie and Jefferson Sang. The margins 2 by a half, 113.76. It was Diego Dynamite who makes it 2 in a line at the KBRC as we head down into the yard with Tess.
Thanks, Royce. I've got Carey Martin here, and a fantastic result as well, Carey. Holly led all the way. Was that the intentions out there?
Yeah. I asked her to just let him. He gets out of the gates quick. I said, if something wants to go around you, just sit there. Just let him find his feet. And I said he'll roll forward when he's ready. And exactly, she rode him absolutely beautiful. So.
He seems to love Kalgoorlie too.
Oh yeah, we'll come back.
And the stable have been going really good, so it makes the trip well worth it.
It does. We usually go to Broome, but this year we just decided not to, so we decided we'd just travel up here each couple of weeks, and we cart our Schmaley's horses up with us and make a trip of it. And yeah, it's great. I've really enjoyed coming up, and horses are going well, so happy days.
It's a fantastic result. Are you going to be back here in a fortnight's time? Are there races?
Yeah, we'll have a couple of others coming back up, so we'll definitely, the horses travel well, and yeah, we'll be back.
Fantastic. Enjoy the trip home. Well deserved, and a great result today.
Thank you.
There's Carey Martin, and we'll go a word with Holly Nottle as well as she comes back over this way. She's just chatting with Paul there. A great result, and for a stable that do work really hard, it's fantastic to see them getting the results as well.
Yeah, 100%. Fair amount of territory to cover there from Mcpherson here to the Goldfields, and as Carey touched on, that they go up to Broome a lot as well, and a lot of country areas. And now back-to-back wins with Diego Dynamite. Holly Nottle had her first ride aboard him today. Holly, first time aboard him, but pretty easy horse to ride in the sense that he's just a jump and run type.
Yeah, no, he is a easy horse to ride, not behind the barriers, but no, he was a good horse today.
How was he post-race? Because you were the last horse to get back in as well. Did it take a little bit to pull him up?
A little bit. I just thought I'd just let him cruise down and stop, and yeah, no, he was good.
Talk us through the early stages, because he appeared to jump well, but you ended up mustering pretty quick, so you were able to find the front, and then he just slipped away by a few lengths on straightening.
Yeah, well, he was outside the leader his last run, so I thought, well, Miss Martin said up on pace, that's where he will be, so I just thought we'll take the lead and run with it.
Another double for you, a cup last week. Well done.
Thank you.
There's Holly Nottle combining with Carey Martin and Diego Dynamite taking out the last. I'm joined now by our CEO here at the KBRC in Craig Smith. Craig, we've been waiting all day to hear this. Now, we've got the raffle underway at the moment. I'll get you to touch base on that and how people at home can get a ticket in the raffle to get into the slot race, the $1 million slot race, and to reveal the horse that will be featuring for the KBRC.
Yeah, so we've kept it quiet the first week and a half just to give the people at Kalgoorlie an opportunity to get as many tickets as they can, but you can get it now on the social medias, and also it's going to be on the website next week, and probably some other people have asked to be able to spread the word and post it on their site, so we'll allow them to do that next week as well. So we have secured the KBRC horse in the raffle is the second favourite, Bravo Centurion.
And what a fantastic result as well. Bravo Centurion, trained by Luke Fernie, a Kalgoorlie boy. I'm sure a Kalgoorlie local would love to absolutely draw this horse.
And the horse is Kalgoorlie owned as well. So it's a massive story. It's just a Kalgoorlie horse all round.
Well, fingers crossed to those that are entering the raffle, and they'll be able to follow on the KBRC website and get a ticket in time.
Yeah, all I can say is that 200 metres out, that horse will be in the lead, I reckon. So it's going to make everyone pretty happy the last 200, that's for sure.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time, Craig. We'll chat with you next meeting as well and get a little bit more of an insight and hopefully find out some more of our slot holders.
No worries, thanks very much.
I'll grab Michael back on as we wrap up today's program. Michael, fantastic day of racing. Unfortunately, not the start that we liked at the start of the day, but Ava is in good spirits at the moment. We will be able to get a bit more of an update on how she is tracking in hospital. And Lisa, obviously, she fulfilled the rest of her mounts, but it's been a good day nonetheless.
Yeah, I saw an update from Misty Baisley, Ava's master trainer as well, and she said that that she's going well now. She's conscious and that she's just complaining of a bit of soreness, but she's a tough cookie and she'll be okay. So comforting for everybody at home wondering how Ava was going. Fortunately, Lisa was able to fulfil the rest of her riding commitments, but on a racing note, we saw influencing back to his best. He had a bit of an indifferent preparation when last in work, but that's now his last two wins have both come here at Kalgoorlie over the 1400 metre circuit. So I guess the Hannah's Handicap early October now becomes the aim, and it's just a matter of pinpointing a path towards that feature race.
Absolutely. Big times ahead here at the KBRC. We'll be racing again in a fortnight's time, so be sure to tune in. There's plenty more racing action as well. We head head up to Broome on Tuesday, and lots of racing to come throughout the week. For now, that's all we have time for, so good night from us.